Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recaps fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, August the 29th, 2022. Monday, August 29th, 2022. Uh, Show was Young and the Restless style. We open up with Nick, Chloe, Sally. They're talking about the new business proposal that Newman Media has, the direction that they want to go on. And Chloe pretty much is doing all the pitching. She does the talking. Sally just sits on the sidelines. And Nick says, he pretty much liked their ideas. He would like to see more. He would like to see how they plan on, adopting it and kind of like the roadmap. So Chloe was happy about that. Nick stayed, of course. Of course, Nick stayed to talk to Sally. And that talk went the whole entire show in and out. Oh my goodness. Sally and Nick, Sally and Nick. We already see what's going to happen with Sally and Nick. Yes. So then it goes to Chelsea and Adam talking, and Adam is just, being Adam. Adam is talking about any and everything and pretty much telling Chelsea that, oh, Nick killed Ashlyn Locke. Yeah, it happened. Ashley ended up at Victoria's house. He's just telling the world. He wouldn't have minded if anybody was walking in that park and heard it. Okay. He would not have minded. So Chelsea is like, oh my God. She's kind of like in shock. She couldn't believe, what are you saying? This is what happened. And so then she actually is trying to reason with Adam, talk some sense into Adam, because she's like, Adam, I want you to understand, if you go after your father, I just want what's right. I want justice to be served. When has Adam Newman ever wanted justice to be served? When he had caused Ashley Newman, pregnant Ashley Newman, to fall down the stairs, or actually, believe it or not, Ashley thought she was pregnant because she was having a mental breakdown. But at the time Adam caused her to fall down the stairs, she was pregnant. Okay. And she loses her baby with Victor. But then she has a hysterical pregnancy to where she feels she's pregnant. Same time Sharon Newman's pregnant. So of course Adam arranges them both to be in whatever the name of their mental hospital is at the same time, and switches those babies in soap opera style. So Sharon was told her baby was dead. uh, Ashley was given little Faith. It was Faith at the time. And actually, I kind of think Ashley named her Faith, believe it or not. Um, so, that dirty deed, that should have been brought to light, just recently, because I'm not going to name them all, but just recently when he abducted Chelsea, locked her in that room so he could do whatever he was trying to do to Chance or whoever, right? That dirty deed, yeah, justice needs to be served. That needs to come out. Adam never thinks about all of the illegal thing. Oh, having Kevin's car broken into, illegally accessing police information, private police information. Oh, that crime? Oh, justice needs to be served, right, Adam? Anytime anybody asks him, how'd you get a hold of this information? It doesn't matter how I got a hold of it. Yes, it does. Because look, it doesn't matter how Ashlyn came to fall into a ravine and he was already dead. Doesn't matter. But anyway, you know, Chelsea, she says, if you succeed, you're going to hurt your son. I would never hurt Connor. Connor loves you, and Connor loves his grandfather. So if you go after Victor, this is going to put Connor in the middle. And Adam thought about it for a minute, but I doubt if that was enough to make him change, really come to any kind of grips with anything in reality, right? Because Adam never does the right thing. So it was just interesting. And then she was talking, she talked to him about, the disappointment and losing the podcast. She didn't tell him she was falling for Billy. She sure didn't tell him that. I'm surprised Adam didn't truly try to manipulate Chelsea about that podcast. I think it's going to come back around because he's going to want her to out Victor on the podcast. Or remember, Billy used a mechanical voice on the grinning soul, and it was anonymous, which is why I'm surprised they're saying the second podcast with Chelsea was the grinning soul. That really wasn't it. I wouldn't be surprised if Adam does not sneak into that studio and put that fake voice on and be the grinning soul and out Victor. And then everybody would believe that came from Billy and Chancecom or whatever it's called. Well, Chancellor Winters, because it's not Chancecom. Their podcast division. I would not be surprised if he doesn't do that. Because Billy would have to, for one, hopefully he has an alibi during the time, if in fact that's going to happen. But I would not be surprised because he would have used Chelsea to try to do that. And Chelsea's like, I'm not touching that with the 10-foot pole because that's going to hurt our son, So towards the end of their conversation, they have this embrace. And this is actually the end of the show, that they could still be friends. They could still comfort each other and be there for each other as friends. So they're hugging each other. Actually, it was really kind of tight. Like, whoa, goodness. I didn't know friends hugged each other like that. You guys go. Of course, who's coming around the bend but Sally? And Sally sees it. And she's just like in shock. Like, wait, what? What am I seeing? What does it matter what you're seeing, Sally? It doesn't matter. You're over Adam. Adam's over you. Doesn't matter who he's hugging, right? So Chelsea's eyes were closed. I am so surprised that they didn't have her open her eyes and look at Chloe as she's hugging Adam, so dear for her life, and then kind of give a little smirk like, Because see, wasn't that the argument that they had earlier in that part where Chelsea says, "Oh, you can't begin to understand the connection Adam and I have together at all." So I'm surprised and maybe they're gonna make her see her, on tomorrow's episode, but that would have been Chelsea Lawson style, is to really kind of embrace and throw that hug in Sally's face as she's watching them. Now, the other entertaining conversation was between Nikki and Diane. Nikki is enjoying her lunch by herself, table set for one. Diane walks in. Diane sees her. And what does Diane do? See, this is what is so incredible to me. Diane approaches Nikki to goat Nikki because that's what Diane does. So she walks over to the table. Hello, Nikki. Nikki looks up. Well, hello, Diane. How are you today? And Diane, she's looking like, wait, huh? Well, I'm fine, Nikki. How are you? Well, I'm doing just fine, enjoying my lunch. And then Diana's like, okay, you're up to something. Is something getting ready to be hurled my way? You've got something that you're deflecting. Something's happening. And Nikki's like, well, I honestly don't know what you're talking about. I am enjoying my lunch, at my table, and you came over to me. Well, and then Diane changes the subject to try to goat Nikki. And Nikki wasn't having it in the least. Nikki just pretty much calmly was slicing and dicing with kindness. And Diane was calling every move. Diane was doing what Diane does to everybody else. She goes, "Oh, no, no, no. Now you're just deflecting. You're doing this, so I will react. You're doing," and I'm thinking, yeah, look at the pot calling the kettle black, Diane. So Nikki's like, "No, I gave all that up. Oh, I was spending too much time and energy worried about dealing with you." She's like, "I'm happy, my family's happy. You're going to self-destruct all on your own without me helping that along. So I left that alone." And Diana's like, "No, no." Pretty much that's what Phyllis is saying. And I don't believe either one of you. So then uh, Nikki makes like a little snide comment about Phyllis. "Oh, see, there you go again. Uh-huh. You're talking negatively about Phyllis just to throw me off." And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. You can't see how stupid you are, Diane. So at the Abbott house, Tracy is talking to Jack and she's trying to, saying, "Look, Jack is humming, Jack is smiling, Jack has been singing." And she's like, "Something's going on with you. Or is it something's got you really, really happy and excited? Or shall I say, someone, Jack?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about. My grandson makes me very happy. He makes you want to sing." And she goes, "No, it's something else. So tell me, Jack, have you decided you're going to forgive Diane?" And he's like, he was about to talk, but then Noah and Allie come in. Oh, and they're so excited. They're all happy. They tell him the good news. The good news is they went to Lily and Noah pitched his idea. Lily liked the idea, told him to go ahead and run with it. So now he's going to start his club in the Grand Phoenix, which is a good idea. It's going to put it in a great location, you know? So Allie was just so bubbly, and there Jack was like, "Let's go celebrate. Let's celebrate in society. Let's have lunch." And so they're all like, "Yeah, let's go." So they go to society and they walk in, and Jack and Tracy see Diane and Nikki. That by this time, Diane has stood up, right? And Jack's like, "Ooh, well, that can't be good." And Tracy's kind of like, "Well, look, Jack, why don't we let them handle let's stay out." And as she's talking, "Let's stay out." Jack is already over there. "Well, hello, ladies. What's going on here?" And Nikki is like, "I was enjoying my lunch for one by myself when Diane decided to come over and join me." And so Jack looks, and Tracy's by Jack's side, and he looks at Diane and he goes, "Is everything okay?" And Nikki goes, "Really, Jack? Really?" And Tracy is standing to the side of Jack, is looking like, "Really, Jack? Really?" It was so cute. That scene was too cute, right? And Diane just puts on the biggest cheese and smile like, "See, he defends me. He comes to my rescue." So Nikki's like, "Well, it's time, my lunch is over. It's time for me to go." And Nikki gets up and she's walking out of society, right? And she bumps into Noah and Allie. Noah introduces Nikki to Allie, and she goes, "It's so nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. We have to spend some time together." She goes, "But I've got to run." So he goes, "Okay, Grandma, we'll catch up." You know, and so Allie and Noah walk over to Tracy, Jack, and Diane. And they're so bubbly and happy. And Diane is like, "Hey, what's going on?" And Allie said, "My boyfriend is going to be opening up a club at the Grand Phoenix." And I think, "Oh, my boyfriend. That's how you introduced my boyfriend." And Diane's like, "Well, that's fantastic. That's great. And we're just going to have lunch." And so Allie's demeanor is, "I said that now." She goes, "Shall we get a table?" And Tracy's like, yeah, that's a good idea. And Jack looks at Diane and says, hey, would you like to join? Would you like to join us? And Tracy was standing, I guess, trying to tell the waiter that they want a table. Tracy's standing back there, and Tracy is looking at Jack like, huh? Have you lost your mind? You want her to join us for lunch? You know, and Allie is looking like, oh no, because Tracy already knows. Remember, she and Allie had a heart to heart that she really doesn't want to be caught in the middle of Diane and Phyllis. She feels they both want to use her, so she pretty much wants to stay away from both as much as possible, but she'll be civil. But that wasn't an open door for Diane to join them for lunch. And Tracy is just like, whoa, where'd this come from? So Diane's like, no, I do have a job. I'm going to take my lunch to go and go to work. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I'm surprised you didn't say, I do have to get to the park. This is the time that I take our grandson to the park every day because I don't have a job that I have to get to, right? But she goes, no, I do have a job. So Jack's like, okay. And Tracy walks back over to him because earlier she said, for someone not to have forgiven her, you sure want to spend a lot of time with her. And you two have sure been spending a lot of time together. And then that's when Allie and Noah walked into the house, right? So Tracy walks over to him and she looks at him and he goes, what? And she just looks at him like, our table is ready, Jack. Our table's ready. And he's looking like, mm, what's up with her? Mm. Jack is going to get exactly what Jack deserves where Diane is concerned. And that is the truth. Now, had Phyllis walked into the Grand Phoenix, Jax wouldn't have been able to look like she wasn't even there, right? Yeah, Jack would have done that. And Phyllis has done way less. Jack would have done, but Jack Abbott, you do you, right? And then we have I think that is about it because Tracy and Jack kind of walk away. Yeah, that's about it. And then we have, yeah, I covered it all. Excellent, excellent. So it was just a bunch of conversations, but the cutest scenes were definitely um Jack dealing with the whole situation because Tracy's face, she could have wrote a novel on her face. It was so just, wow, look at my brother. He's falling in deep for this chick. He is just head over heels. And really, that can't be good. This is not going to end well. And you're right, Tracy, it's not going to end well. So let's go to Comic Corner. Comic Corner. We have LaShunta says Billy and Chelsea were a couple and engaged. I remember. I don't remember that. I remember, but I Googled it. It was after Billy and Victoria split and Adam's death. Okay, so I need links to that. LaShunta, wherever you got that information, can you just go and copy the URL and put it in the reply to this comment? Because it's my recollection. Did Billy die? Did Adam die more than once? Are we talking about when Adam died in that cabin fire that Chloe lit, the bomb that Chloe did or fired? Because after that, that was Sage and Nick. I'm not Sage. That was Chelsea and Nick. That's when they got together, was after Adam's death. And Nick became like a stepfather to Connor. And they were raising Christian and Connor together at the penthouse. So I don't know. Kind of, if you read that, send me the link because, yeah, I don't remember that way. And then we have Getting to the Roots. She says, hi, really enjoy your reviews. Thank you so much, Getting to the Roots. I'm a big Billy fan. She was proud of the way that he handled Chelsea. Me too. She's hoping for a Nick and Sally hookup. I don't know. Nick's kind of calmness is not a Sally thing. She likes danger. She likes an Adam kind of thing. She deserves someone with a heart. Not Sally Spectra. Nope. Did you watch The Bold and the Beautiful? Like to really get Sally's history? Nope. She doesn't deserve anybody with a heart because she deserves somebody that's going to love her, yes, but having a heart, that would require her to not be herself because Sally can do some things, okay? Which is what she alluded to with talking to Nick. I do have to fight my urges because, yeah, Sally is not a good girl. And then she says, after the way Jack and Adam treated her, Jack did not treat her badly. When Jack found out Sally's games and how she was going after Summer and Sally's lies, that's when Jack stepped away from Sally. He did not treat Sally badly. And then Libby says Adam has lost his mind. Now we got 3 Looney Tune characters: egg face Chelsea, manic Victoria, aimless Adam. Yeah, that's true. That is so true. The only sane person or the sanest person in the room is Sally right now. She says, go girl, don't get sucked in by Adam. And then in the end, Adam and Chelsea, they locked eyes. Of course they did at the park. So, that's where we are with that. We shall see where, if Chelsea and Adam get back together again, that's going to be a disaster for Chelsea. That's going to set her back because mentally that puts her in really bad places. So we'll see where they're going to go with the whole storyline. But that is it for today's daily recap of The Young and the Restless. I will be back tomorrow for Wednesday, August the 30th daily recap.